Rango is a friend. Yeah, Rango is a good friend of mine. Lately something's changing and hard to define. Rango's got himself a girl and I wanna make her mine. And she's watching him with those eyes. And she's loving him with that body, I just know it. And he's holding her in his arms late at night. You know I wish I had Rango's girl. Rango's girl. Why can't I find a Rango like that? No, I feel so dirty when they're talking so cute, and I want to tell her that I love her, but the point is probably me, 'cause she's watching him with those eyes, and she's loving him with that body, I just know it, and he's holding her in his arms late at night. And you know, I wish I had Rango's girl. Rango's girl. Why can't I find a Rango like that? Like Rango's girl. I wish that I had Rango's girl. Welcome, everybody, to another edition of Rango Unchained.
That was awesome.
Sitting here with my buddy Mario Martinez. Mario, how goes it?
Pretty good, man. Pretty good. That was the greatest rendition of any song I've ever heard.
Wow. Well, that's high praise.
Can get that on iTunes. Something. Oh my god, that was awesome.
We should put it out, that single on iTunes. A single. An exclusive download.
It's Rango's girl.
I'm trying to get the podcast on iTunes. I don't quite know how to do that.
Yeah, I don't know about iTunes.
Who goes on iTunes anyway?
Yeah,
I gotta get this podcast on LimeWire.
LimeWire.
Get up on LimeWire.
And that Pirate Bay.
Mm-hmm.
Just get
Napster.
It all up there. Napster.
Napster.
I remember Napster. It was the one with a cat, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Good old Napster.
Napster was great. LimeWire was the spot though.
LimeWire was good. And they had that, FrostWire? I don't know what that was.
Yep,
But
that was like if you needed like extra security on your downloads, you get FrostWire. I remember downloading Lil Wayne's entire discography on FrostWire. At like age 13, I was like, "Oh, you can just get it for free." Oh, wow.
All of these albums, everything like that. I remember trying to get like movies and stuff on there, and they weren't even. They were like little kid movies.
Yeah, not good movies.
Not good movies at all.
There's no good movies on FrostWire. They had like the little toaster.
The little toaster.
The little toaster.
What?
And Gremlins 2. Those are the only movies on LimeWire that were worth anything. All the other ones were like weird French movies that no one cared about.
I remember LimeWire. We're probably going to get in trouble for just saying we use LimeWire for so much.
No one listens to this. So
oh, yeah, that's all right. I'm going to listen to this and be like, damn, those guys should get in trouble.
Yeah. Metallica is going to sue us.
Metallica.
The only band that cares.
Yeah, right? No, I remember using LimeWire like so much, but I would only use it at my cousin's house. I don't know why. But every time I was there, like just to hang out, I would get a song. And that was like my tradition being at his house. Supposed to be spending time with him. Using his LimeWire.
I went over to a friend's house in like 5th grade, and there was a website. It was just called like music.net or something. And I wasn't even my computer. I just downloaded a bunch of stuff of music.net. And like the Cars. I just downloaded all the Cars albums on a friend's computer and then burned it all. Just to have it. Just to say, because like, I don't know why I wanted it. I just had to have songs.
All the Cars
albums. All the Cars albums.
All of them. Mm-hmm. That's awesome. I don't know. Man, I swear I had a computer when I was little, but I just remember using my cousins all the time for everything.
Yeah.
I remember like when I was like, I must have been like 5th grade. I was like 10 years old, and my house burnt down.
Oh, shit.
And I was living right next door to my cousin. We were actually just renting the house. But then our house starts burning down, and it's like 8 o'clock in the morning. The furnace exploded.
Oh, okay.
And that was insane. But anyway, so I'm like 9 years old, so I run across the street. My parents like, get over to your aunt's house or whatever. So we go in there, and I remember looking out the window, and like this whole entire house is just like up in flames. These people that live there with us were like crying. You know, this is their whole house. And then me and my cousin just went on his computer and we played Kitten Cannon. Kitten Cannon for a good like 45 minutes, just about the whole house. It was like a bonfire was going on outside and we just weren't enjoying it.
Yeah.
It was nuts.
That's crazy.
Yeah, that was crazy, actually. Every time I think about that, I'm like, damn, I was a shitty little kid.
Yeah. Well, what else are you going to do? Just sit there and cry?
Right, it's not my stuff.
Yeah.
I grabbed, I remember I had like so many GameCube games, and I remember I was thinking about it, I'm like, man, this sucks. But then I thought, oh, my cousin has one. I can just use his.
Yeah.
Like, I wasn't even concerned about my own stuff. But I remember they knocked on our door, and they're like, get out, the house is on fire, the house is on fire. And I just got like a new, like, the Dragon Ball Z Sagas. I remember when that first came out, I got it. And I ran upstairs and I grabbed it and opened my GameCube and pulled the disc out. And then I went downstairs.
Just bolted out.
I just got out of
the
there.
The one thing.
And then we played that too. Like, dude, we got this new game. This house is just on fire.
Yeah.
That's awesome. Yeah, that was.
What's your favorite GameCube game?
Favorite GameCube game? Oh, man, that's tough. There's so many good ones. I've been trying to get back some of the old ones I had. Because, like, you know, when you're young and you realize you have these cool games, and then you're like, oh, these games are cool, but I want to get new ones, so you trade them in, give you, like, a nickel. I like Super Smash Brothers Melee. That was a good one, of course. You ever play the Metal Gear Solid games?
No.
Those games are sweet. There's, like, the first, like, spy espionage games that were really cool. That was a good one. And then I always liked Gun, which was like the first version of like Red Dead Redemption, like that style, like
a Western game.
Yeah, like a Western game. It was cool. And that game was awful. Now that I play it now, you go back and see some of these games and even movies like that. They're just like terrible. Like they let kids play these things. But the Gun game is like a Western game. You'd run around and you'd like collect money and stuff like that, and then you would kill like Indians, like Native Americans, and you would just kill them. Like you'd be like riding through like the Grand Canyon, and then, like they ambush you, and you just gotta. Your mission is just to kill all of them, and then you'd go and you'd scalp them, like for money.
Wow.
Like that's how you got your money.
I'm looking this game. Like,
yeah, check out this game. This game was insane. So you would scalp them, get their scalps, and then sell them for money, and then later in the game, you find out you are an Indian, like you're like half Indian, and then you like trade sides, and you become an Indian throughout the rest of the game, and it's a really life-changing game. Actually, it's pretty cool.
I'm gonna look up some Amazon reviews for the GameCube game Gun.
The game it was so good. I even had it for my PlayStation, like my PSP, PlayStation Portable. That was crazy too. It was this exact same game. It wasn't even like any different, but I bought it again because I was like, that's cool.
It's going $15 right now and get for GameCube if you want to.
What is it? I have to pick that one up.
You're going to pick up Gun.
Pick up Gun.
I'm going 1-star review for the GameCube game Gun from 2004. I just rented this game, went through a couple of levels, and I like it. It's like a Western Grand Theft Auto, except not as much criminal elements, and you ride horses. I guess I like horses.
What?
You do the main missions to continue through the game. Lots of side missions, such as bounties, Pony Express runs, and other odd jobs around the western towns. Nice variety of old guns. Why is this a 1-star? He gave it 1 star. He's just saying it's great.
It's fantastic.
Doesn't make any sense.
He said there's not much crime to do. Like, what do you do in the West?
I don't know, man.
Everything was just open. You just do whatever you want.
This one is titled Grand Theft Horse. Gun has so much going for it, but it's such a short game that as soon as you build up your stats and get really going, there's no more of it to play, which is quite annoying.
All right. I guess I could agree with that.
All right, here's a 1-star. From Tid Herdrick.
Wait,
He just said scratched, didn't work.
So 1
That's
star.
That's not about the game. It's just about the disc. Another person from a user named Boot gave it 1 star, said, it's in the past. Go with a new game. No
What?
punctuation. Makes no sense. Yeah, I'm gonna have to buy this game.
Yeah, this game is well worth the $15.
You ever played Dave Mirra BMX 2?
Is that the one with the inline skating? Or is that skateboarding?
No.
Or is it bikes?
It's bikes.
Oh, man.
Dave Mirra BMX 2.
Dave Mirra. That's the dude that killed himself.
Yeah, I know.
Oh, man.
But, yeah, it's super sad. But my friend, I hadn't talked to him in like 2 years. And then Dave Mirra died. And immediately he texts, he's like, dude, it sucks, man. Dave Mirra just died.
That's the one thing.
I was like, we have nothing. We never rode BMX bikes together. We never have ridden BMX. We just talked about liking Dave Mirra BMX Freestyle 2. And he decided to text me really late at night. Dude, Dave Mirra died.
Dude, Dave Mirra died. Did you at least text him back?
Yeah.
He's probably depressed, man.
How are you supposed to keep playing that game? Dave Mirra committed suicide.
Just frame it in one of those shadow boxes.
How did Dave Mirra... He committed suicide, but how did he commit suicide?
I don't know, man.
I'm looking it up. Doesn't say on here.
I don't know. I just remember there was this other game. It was something like Extreme Inline Skate.
Oh, yeah. I've heard of
that
game
one?
too. That was a great game.
I don't think I ever played it. I never wanted to. Even when I was like so open-minded, like I can play any video game that comes out. I was like, nah, I'm not gonna play that one.
Yeah, it's not worth it. There's so
skate.
many terrible video games that are produced every single year that you can't play all of them. It's not worth playing all of them. There's like 6 good games, and like 4 of them are Zelda.
4 of them are Zelda. That's true. Then like the first like couple of Pokemon games were really good, and then they just like they died down. Super Mario games are like okay too. My cousin's got the newer ones, and they're just like, I don't know.
The newer Mario?
Yeah, the new Mario
I haven't
games.
played anything
They're
past.
they're not good.
Do they make like, dude, I don't know anything about Mario anymore. Like Super Mario Bros, like the levels.
Yeah,
you
so
go
like,
through, like side scroller or whatever.
I mean, I guess it's essentially the same sort of game, except it's not a side scroller anymore. You just kind of run around. They're a little more like free roam. But you're still going like one way. You can't just like go left and right. It's like you go straight instead of going sideways. So it's still like a one direction game. Mm-hmm.
But Super Mario 64 is like one of my I destroyed that. Like I love that game so hard.
That was a good one. They actually remade that for Nintendo DS. I have that in my DS. That's pretty good because they didn't like change anything. It's just the exact same game.
Exact same game on DS.
Love it. Can do that. It's like your hard reboot of the B movie. You're gonna just go for here soon.
I have a joke about how I want to reboot the B movie.
Oh yes, that's right. For some reason, I'm just thinking like the only people that are gonna listen to us are the people that have
seen my comedy,
have seen our stuff. So
probably, I'm not expecting anyone to listen to it at all. So if like a friend will sit through it for like 20 minutes, that's pretty chill.
Yeah. The other night I was listening to this. I listened to the one with you and Max.
Yeah.
And then you and Jordan. I didn't listen to the one with Louie yet, but I will. I just like had him playing and I was dying.
The Jordan one is so funny.
The Jordan one is funny.
He's such a funny dude.
Yeah, Max, that one was good. Mm-hmm. That was a funny one. Hopefully this one's good too.
Max just has to like talk about porn. Like, I think he'll explode if he doesn't talk about jerking off or porn for like 5 minutes. And I never talk about porn. I mean, I have a few jokes about jerking off, but it's not a topic that I come back to frequently.
For like anything. Because like, I feel like those jokes are hilarious, but I think people at Grand Valley killed it for me, honestly.
Yeah.
Like, any guy that we have, I'm part of the Grand Valley, it's called Free Speech Stand Up, and it's just our stand-up comedy group, and we put on our own little shows of that, but we always invite people to come and try out and just do their thing if they want our open mics. And so far, I won't say any, but so far, from what I've seen, like most of the guys that come up and do their first time, that's like their go-to joke is like, I'm going to try this hard masturbation joke. And they just go for it. And sometimes it's like, oh, that's funny. And sometimes it's like, oh, man, that's not as funny as you think. But and it gets weird. I remember we did the show, and it was this kid's first time, and it was downtown at the our nurses like school or medical school.
Already a great show at the Nurses Academy.
They didn't like say like in the flyer that this was like not a kid friendly show. So like all these kids had their younger brothers and sisters there.
Family weekend at the nurses school.
And they had our improv team go up first. And our improv
always a good move to put on improv before stand up.
And they did good. And then we had this kid go up there, and for a good 5-7 minutes, just all he talked about was masturbating with his friends. Like, and then he talked about masturbating, like, and then talked about his first time with his girlfriend. Like, everything he had was just about sex. And like 5 parents and their kids just like walked out after his first line. It was just talking about, I can't remember what it was, but it was just awful. It was awful. And you know, he still does it every time. So I think
the name of that comedian was Bill Burr.
Bill Burr. Yeah, good old Bill Burr. Billy Burr.
We were there when he started. Did the show at the Nurses College.
At Grand Valley. No, that's awesome. Oh, man.
There are a few jerking off jokes in Chicago.
Yeah, there was. Yeah,
Mario did a trip to Chicago last week.
That was pretty fun.
Did the comedy bar open mic.
Almost got a fight.
Yeah, Mario had a altercation with another comedian. He thought, what was the deal? He thought you crossed his name off the list?
Yeah, so we got there, we like signed up, you know, and there was a pencil there, so of course I'm going to use the pencil that they provided. And I write my name right under Grant's. So I was number 11 or 12. Grant was number 10 or 11, whatever.
Yeah.
And I'm getting ready to go on stage, and this dude comes back, and he's like, "Hey, are you Mario?" And I'm like, "Yeah, what's up, buddy?" And I went to go shake his hand, like, "Oh, cool, already making like networking." And this dude's like, "You fucking erased my name." And I was like, "What?" I pulled my hand back, like, "Oh shit!" Like, "Oh, you don't want to shake my hand?" Like, and he was pissed. Like, he was like, "Yeah, dude, you erased my name." And keep in mind, like, I'm already a short dude. I'm like 5'7", and this dude was like 5'3", like very short, and like looking up at me, angry. Like, and he was just like, "Yeah, you erased my name." And I'm like, "Nah, dude, I didn't do that. Like, I'm not even from here. Like, like I just wrote my name. I was supposed to go after Grant. There's like 2 guys that went after Grant, and I was like, "Nah, that wasn't me." He's like, "No, man, I see the eraser marks." And I was like, "Well, that doesn't mean I did. That just means somebody erased it." I'm like, "I swear I didn't do that." And he was like, "Whatever, man. Fuck you." And then he walked off.
Nice.
But the best part was, after I got off, after doing my little thing, I get off stage, I look in the back, and he's standing in the back with his arms crossed and his head down. He's just shaking his head no. Like, he's just like, "Mm-mm, mm-mm." And I was like laughing. And I'm like, "What the?" And I'm like, "Oh, man, I didn't know what to do." But finally he gets called on stage, and he goes up there, and he does this whole bit about stuff he's learned from doing stand-up. And I was thinking he's just going to call me out. Like, and I was just waiting for it. But he did it, and it was cool. And then he came down, and I tried to give him a high five, and he was just like, "Fuck you." He walked past. Like, all right. Damn, dude. Yeah, so.
That's crazy.
Writing pen.
Yeah, always writing pen.
Always writing pen.
No matter what. Because even if you fuck up, you can say, "Hey, this is what I tried to say," and it didn't happen. I always write in pen at school. You write in pen at school?
I do.
You gotta.
Yeah, you can't just like write in pencil. There's no room for mistakes. No time for mistakes.
Yeah, pencils. I take twice as long with exams if I had a pencil.
Oh yeah. Well, like, the thing that scares me about pencils is like, there's this one time, it was during our exam week, like last semester, and my exam was at like 8:00 in the morning. And I walk over to my desk, and there was a class like before us doing their exam, which I don't know how early they did, but it must have been a very early exam. So I get to sit at my desk, and there's just pencils, like eraser shavings, like all over the desk. And that freaked me out just because it's like, that's like way too early to be making like that many mistakes, you know? Like, it was like a whole eraser gone on that desk. So that freaked me out, but I can't do pencils. You can't.
Yeah, I did an exam in pen where it should have been in pencil one time. My professor emailed me. It's like, "Do you not own pencils? Like, what is wrong with you?" because she wasn't there during the exam. She had a proctor give it or whatever.
Oh, gotcha.
And so nobody told me not to. And I just had like stuff crossed out. It was like a Scantron or whatever. I'd crossed out a bunch of shit. And in the spot where it says like, this is the correct way to fill in a bubble. This is the wrong way. I did that like the wrong way, like on 8 answers.
On 8 answers.
Of
just
like a 20 question Scantron.
So like midway through this exam, you just changed how
I changed a lot of it. I always change answers.
That's awesome.
You got to go back and check your answers.
Oh, no way, dude. That's how you find mistakes. I like leaving like I didn't make any mistakes.
You leave it every exam, never checking your answers.
Not like that. I write one answer and that's it. I'm one and done. That's the way I live college. Is one and done with my answers.
That's great. That's great, man. That's the way to be. I wish I was like that.
No, dude.
I'm more of a perfectionist, I guess. Even though I don't get good grades.
No way, dude.
I got to question myself at least once before I leave.
I mean, I will after, but during, I'm just like, nah, I got to get out of here.
Yeah.
I got things to do.
Yeah.
I'll write a joke about this later. Something like that. But, man, school's cool. How do you like school, man?
I hate school. I want to drop out so bad, but I'm already in so much debt, so I'm just going to take on a little bit more debt and get a degree.
Finish it out, man. That's right. That's right. I hate when people ask me, like, how's school? It's like, dude, school's school. Like, it's not different. School sucks. Ask me how, like, outside of school is.
Yeah,
That's what I'm doing. That's the fun stuff.
I'll be outside of school talking with friends, and they're just talking about school.
Yeah.
It's like, what are you doing, dude? This is our time away where you don't have to, and you're still complaining about classes.
Yeah, no way,
That's
man.
not worth it. Nobody should go to school. Put
Just-
that out there right now.
No,
Don't go to school.
Don't go
Not
to
worth
school. Not worth it.
It'll only hurt your comedy careers.
Be a stand-up comic instead.
Yeah, be an open micer.
Open mic professional.
Mm-hmm.
That's awesome. That's the dream. That's the dream. I was dumb. I went to school.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, we're idiots. Should have just did comedy. Do you know you want to do comedy before you went to college?
Yeah, I was scared.
Yeah,
Like
me too.
my first year. Like you said, you did a lot of stuff your first year, right?
I didn't do actual mics, but I did just like weird music stuff with my body.
The only I went to Oakland University on the east side of the state my first year, and I remember we had open mics, stuff like that, and they were like, all my friends were like, dude, you should do it, because I always told them I did it, but I never actually did it, so I was just a big poser.
Yeah.
And
It's like a kid who wears a bunch of skate clothes, but they don't actually skate.
They don't actually skate, yeah.
It's like, dude, you're wearing etnies.
Etnies.
You don't fucking skate, man.
Etnies,
I saw a kid like 2 days ago wearing etnies. Gave him a knuckle touch.
A knuckle touch.
It's the funniest person.
Awesome.
I thought they were Heelys at first.
Heelys are cooler.
Heelys
man.
are better than etnies. They had a huge tongue. Like, you know what I mean? What I'm talking about?
Like they're like real fat.
Puffy. Yeah, real puffy. Etnie tongue.
That's for when you fall, dude.
Yeah.
You need some cushion.
How are those? I still don't understand how those are the best shoes for skating. There's no way.
Well, that's Max.
Like, you're gonna trip over yourself every time.
So ugly,
shoes.
man.
I'm gonna get a pair that's just gonna be my persona.
You just wear skater stuff.
No, just etnies.
Just
I just want to get sponsored by etnies.
It's just strictly etnies.
Yeah, I want to be a brand ambassador for etnies. Etnies, if you're listening, send me some huge ass tongue shoes that are way too wide. They're my shoe size, but they don't fit me because they don't fit around my ankle at all because they're too wide. Etnies, etnies.com. Check it out. So you didn't do stand up, but you were.
I was just talked about it. I was like, yeah, maybe I'll do it. Maybe I'll do it, and then I left. I did it at Grand Valley.
Oakland University like?
It's
I hung out there one time.
Yeah, it's cool. I mean, the guys there are cool. It's like Grand Valley, but like nobody actually like stays or lives on campus.
Oh, okay.
Like, and that's kind of annoying. That was one of the big reasons why I left. It's just because like I was from this side of the state, and then like even the kids that lived in the dorm, they would all go home like on the weekends.
Oh wow.
So
yeah.
like I would be there from like Friday through Sunday, like completely alone. And like even like my roommates that lived with me would just go home, and I was just like, oh my God, like what do I do? And then like sometimes I would walk around campus and it would just look like summertime. And there was like one kid out there. Like I don't know, man. It was pretty sad.
Yeah, that's weird.
But yeah, I don't know. And then like the school would try, you know, to put on like stuff to keep kids there on the weekends, and it just like wouldn't work. So I'd be like the only one there, and I'm like, oh, this is dumb. But their open mics were cool. There was this dude that did the open mics there, and he would sing. He did funny songs on I think he did it on the ukulele. I think he would just play songs that you could, but he would dress up as Deadpool, like the full outfit, like full.
You got
like,
it.
one of those like morph suits of like just Deadpool, and just go up there and just sing. And I was like, I would be like that guy.
Yeah. Yeah.
It was awesome.
I always respect like comedy music type stuff.
Yeah, I don't think I could ever do that. I'm not good at either, so I gotta pick one at least.
I did something similar when I was a freshman in college, I did street performing with my friend Sam, where I would just do jokes and he would play like blues guitar behind my jokes. It's so distracting. Like you can't listen to jokes and blues guitar at the same time. It doesn't quite work.
They're two like different, but it's still awesome though.
There's comedians who play guitar and like their songs kind of like line up with their punchlines and stuff. This was not that. Like he would just play like over punchlines.
It was just two separate things.
Yeah, and then I just get mad. Like, oh, nobody's laughing right now. What's wrong?
You guys just sat next to each other. That's awesome.
Yeah, we did that. I used to wear a robe on stage.
The robe.
That was a dark time.
You got to bring that back, man.
I should.
You got to bring that back.
Wear the robe tonight.
You got to bring back like a Hugh Hefner robe.
Oh yeah,
like a nice silk one.
Yeah.
Bring
cigar.
A nice cigar and a glass of whatever. It looks like pee.
Yeah.
Bring it up on stage.
Just straight up piss. Just drinking piss, wearing a robe. That's me. That's my character.
That's the character. There we go. That's
the piss
Grant Styles.
Drinker comedian. I think isn't piss sterile? You can drink piss.
Oh yeah, you could drink piss.
I don't know how much certainty you have.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Oh yeah. You can drink piss. Don't worry.
Been there.
Been there, done that. People pay for that. People pay to get pissed on.
You ever find like people pay for a lot of stuff, man? There's like you ever go on Craigslist and just find random stuff on there?
I gotta stay away from Craigslist.
Dude,
honestly.
Craigslist is scary. Anybody listening, you guys gotta stay away from Craigslist, or don't if you want to laugh a little bit. But I was on there the other day, and I can't remember what I was looking for.
You got some stand-up gigs for just hanging out on Craigslist, right?
Yeah. There's a couple of things. You can find some gigs.
That's so scary.
I know. But, you know.
It was all black room, right? Didn't you say? What's the story?
Oh, that was a scary one too.
Oh, okay.
Oh man.
You went to. You told me in the car. You were like, I went to an all black room.
That was at the Ramada Hotel on 28th Street here in Grand Rapids. It was a fun show, but that was. Oh my God, that was the most intimidating show I've ever been on. So I was telling Grant about this, but like what happened was basically I got there and everyone was black. Like everyone. And I'm not sure if you guys keep up with the news, but like blacks and Mexicans, it's not like a war, but it's not friendly. And I've never had any problems with that. Because I don't live there, but when I walked into this room, it was like it all just came out, and I was just like, "Oh shit!"
Everyone's just looking at you.
Yeah, it was like, "Oh, okay," and like everyone was black. Like even like the white people were black. Like that's how
you can tell.
Everything.
They're wearing Jenkos. They had etnies.
There's some etnies in there.
Shitty etnies and Jenkos.
Well, oh gosh, and like the funniest thing was like. There was like one of those backdrops where people could take like pictures. So people were on like date nights, like out to this show on like it was a Saturday night. So, but it was like a backdrop of like the city, but it wasn't like Grand Rapids. It was just some random city backdrop, and it was like spray painted.
Stock photo city.
Stock photo, but it was spray painted. Like it was like a graffitied city with helicopters flying around, and people was, like got in line to take pictures, like prom. Like they would like hold each other like that. It was
that's That's crazy.
That was awesome, and that's
awesome.
That's when I knew I was like, oh, this
Yeah.
is all right. I'm here. Like, and at first they didn't want to let me in. Finally, they let me in when I told them that my friend, his name was Brian. I said, and they're like, oh, B-May, and I was like, I don't know, man. I just call him Brian. Like, like, all right, well, you come in. And the guy's
what if it
like,
was a different Brian? It was just like, oh, Brian, B-May.
Yeah, B-May.
And then Brian comes, he's like, hey, what's going on? He's like, do people call you B-May? Nah.
Nah, that's not me.
B-May.
That's Billy Mays.
Billy Mays. Oh, you know B-May?
Oh, you know B-May.
Come on in.
Yeah.
Get that sham wow.
Oh, the OxyClean. No, man.
Hey, rest in peace. Rest in peace, Billy Mays.
Rest in peace, Billy Mays.
Also, rest in peace, Paul Walker.
Paul Walker.
We got to give a shout out to Paul Walker in every podcast.
In every podcast. All right. Paul Walker, we miss you. We love you.
Billy Mays, miss you. Kind of forgotten about you a little bit more than Paul Walker. People still remember Paul Walker. Billy Mays is kind of like, oh, yeah, that guy.
You know what? You had a better intro than Paul Walker, though.
Yeah.
Paul Walker just drove fast cars. You're always like, Billy Mays here.
Yeah.
That was always my favorite.
So anyway, you're at the hotel conference room.
Oh, man. So I'm at the hotel conference room.
Yeah.
And the dude is like, oh, yeah, this is one of those white black people because this dude was completely white, but he had neck tattoos and like he was kind of big and he talked to me like he was black. Like
from the movie 8 Mile.
From the movie 8 Mile. He was just talking to me and like you could tell like after every sentence he wanted to end it with like the N-word, but he knew he had to hold it back. He's like, what? And he would stop. But he was talking to me and he was like, yeah, man, so this your first time here, right? And I was like, yeah. And he's like, well, man, I'm gonna let you know right now, you gotta be funny because these people will let you know. And this is like my third show in like a very, very long time. So I was like, oh geez. So I'm like freaking out. And then the worst thing that happened though was I'm about to get on stage and I'm literally standing because I was the first one up. And I'm sitting on the side of the stage and the host is up there and he's just like, all right, before the show starts, we got a couple of local guys. This first guy, I don't know who he is.
That's always the best intro.
Yeah, right? I was like, okay. And it just sounds like I just stumbled in. Like I could be anybody. He's like, the first guy, I don't know who he is. He's never been here before, but we had one of our buddies bring him out. So he's going to come up here, do his thing. If he's not funny, let him know, and we'll make sure he doesn't come back. And I was like, oh, shit. And then after that, we'll make sure he doesn't come back. Now, welcome to the stage. And they just bring me up, and I just go up there, and it's like dead quiet. And I'm just awesome. Like, oh. And like going from that to like Grand Valley, like, that's a jump.
Yeah.
That's a leap.
Dude, have you ever seen, there's a public access rap show called like 28th and Eastern? Or like, have you ever seen that?
I've heard of it. I've heard of it.
It's awesome. It plays on in like Wyoming. It plays on TV. It's so funny. It reminded me of that because I think they film it in like a Ramada and like it's clearly like a conference room or somewhere where they film it and people come on and do freestyles. And
it's called 28th and Eastern.
Yeah, it's
like the streets,
like 106 in Park, but it's like 28th and Burton or whatever. It's awesome.
Awesome.
Yeah, it kicks ass.
Oh my god.
I watched it at a hotel once. It was the best possible experience I've had at a hotel.
I'll have to check that one out.
Yeah. But it sounded like you did the comedy version of 28th and Eastern.
Probably.
Yeah.
I probably did. Like that's probably who hosts it and everything because that was ridiculous.
Dude, I want to perform for black people one of these times.
You should, man.
I should.
It was like I'm not white, like, but if I was, like, I probably would have felt a little more comfortable, honestly.
Yeah.
Like, like a little bit, because I could. Well, the first thing I got on stage, and the first thing I said was like, "What up, y'all?" And I've never said y'all like ever. Like, so like it freaked me out because I realized how quickly like assimilation like occurs like when you're in those situations. And it was
just
crazy.
trying to be cool.
Yeah, just trying to like fit in.
What's up, dog?
What up, dog?
Awesome.
No, dude, it was.
That's awesome. I did that show.
Yeah, dude, it was fun. Like no regrets. Like, but that was.
Yeah, someone brought me up on stage once. All they said was, "Is Grant Stiles still here?"
That's the best. Is he still around?
Yeah. And it wasn't even that late into the show. I was going on like 8th. And the guy was just like pissed that he had to host.
That's so funny.
Yeah, I got brought up. Is Grant Styles here in Cincinnati?
Some people need to check out Stu's host class, MC class.
Yeah,
that was cool. Hell yeah, that was
good?
Awesome. Learned a lot of good stuff. Learned more about how to be an MC than to be a comedian, but it helped. But you can always tell now, like, or at least I can. Like, I'll look and be like, oh, they shouldn't do that, and like,
yeah,
and I'm like, oh, but what do I know? Like, I took this class one time, so. No, it's funny shows. You ever do some crazy shows though?
Well, I did a show in the basement of a banquet center at a golf course in Belding, Michigan.
What?
Which was just I don't know. It was just crazy, man. It wasn't a bad show. It was just like a totally different environment than what I'm used to.
Oh yeah. And that was the thing too. Like the Ramada wasn't a bad show. Like the crowd was there. They paid to get in, and like they were there for that specifically, so at least they were there to like laugh and like participate and stuff like that.
Yeah.
But I did this joke, and I don't really do it anymore because I got after this show because I got scared because I did this joke about I used to work at this restaurant, an Italian restaurant, and I was a waiter, and I tried offering this customer to try our spinach artichoke dip, and what I told her was like, try our spinach artichoke dick, and and I tried to like make up for it, and I was like, no, that's not what I meant. And then like this really happened. I like looked this lady like in her face, and I said, you should really try our artichoke dick. And I said it louder, like try to like dip, but I went dick, and I did that joke, and I always try to pick someone in the audience, but I picked the wrong lady this time. Like it was just this like black lady was sitting in the front. She was kind of older, and she just like stared at me, and we had like this like staring contest for a good like 2-3 seconds, and I was just like, dick. and then somebody yelled out like, did you give it to her? And I was like, man, only in this crowd would somebody yell that. But I was like, yeah.
Yeah, at the show in Belding, someone yelled, you have a nice dick, to me. Just a drunk lady. And
you have a nice dick.
Yeah, it didn't make any sense. And then I didn't know what to say, and she was just heckling the last comedian. So I was like, you know what, ma'am? If I didn't know any better, I think you're trying to hurt my feelings.
Dude,
that got a laugh. I got a okay laugh.
Yeah, sometimes I don't know how I feel about it when like you like answer like a heckler or something like that, and that gets a better laugh than anything else you've done. It's like, oh man. But
people like to see the person shut up.
Yeah, I think so.
Because sometimes, I don't know, I'll get too mad, and then I'll just like go over the line and just yell and tell them to die. But if you just like respond to it in a witty way, then you can crush them.
Yeah, you can get out of that little situation. Like, never been too like, I'm gonna knock on some wood, but I've never been too like where I'm like, oh, I don't know what to say. But I mean, I'm sure it's gonna happen.
I told a guy he looked like if a Monster energy drink were a person.
That's awesome.
That was like my only laugh.
With that knees, that knees on.
Yeah.
That's fucking awesome.
So you got anything to say about Rango before we go here? I'm going on low battery, so we gotta wrap up with like 5 minutes.
I don't know, man. I haven't really watched it. I remember watching some of it. I remember there was something with like sarsaparilla. I don't know what that is though.
It's like a southern like mixed drink. It's like
I think that's
an Arnold Palmer, but with like, I don't know, jizz. It's just iced tea and jizz.
Iced tea and jizz. It just floats. I have no idea though. All I know about Rango is that
I'm looking up sarsaparilla here.
Sarsaparilla is totally something that's has to do with that movie. And there's a lizard. I remember that was cool. And the girl, like, she like dies, like, not dies. She like freezes.
Is this a spoiler alert?
No. She like freezes like randomly throughout the movie. She just like stops.
Okay.
And it's the weirdest thing. But I don't really know much about Rango.
Sarsaparilla is a soft drink. It doesn't have alcohol in it at all, I don't think.
No jizz?
No. Popular in the 19th century. According to advertisements, Like, it was considered to be a remedy for skin and blood problems.
What?
What is this?
Sarsaparilla?
I don't think this is anything.
It's not like anything specific because I've seen like
it has to do with sassafras.
what? Sassafras?
Mm-hmm.
What is that?
Oh no, there's another. So sarsaparilla may refer to a plant. It's either a plant or a soft drink. There's a lot of things.
Oh, now I want to know what sassafras is. All I found out was sassafras salon. It's here in Grand Rapids.
Oh, the sassafras salon.
Oh, it's a leaf.
It is a leaf.
You already knew this?
I'm on the same Wikipedia page as you, I think.
I think so.
We're just looking at
There's
sassafras.
There's pseudo sassafras.
Mm-hmm. Oh, medical uses for sassafras. Numerous Native American tribes use leaves of sassafras to treat wounds by rubbing the leaves directly into a wound. This is crazy, man.
So you need more sassafras and more sarsaparilla in your lives, everyone, all listeners.
Yep. Mario, what's your Twitter?
It's at Spidermon, Spider SPYDER _MON.
Spider-Man.
Spider _mon.
Wow.
So that's me.
So look that up.
PlayStation Network. That's
PlayStation
me.
Network. Look, Mario. Hey, you can find Mario on GameCube.
GameCube.
You can find him on eHarmony.
BlackPeopleMeet.com.
BlackPeopleMeet.com.
And MuslimsForMarriage.com.
Muslims for Marriage. MySpace.
MySpace.
Look up Mario's MySpace. Look up my MySpace. My name's Grant Stiles.
Thanks for having me on, Grant.
Yeah, my Twitter handle is lasers at Lasers and Pizza. If you're in the Grand Rapids area, come on out. Every third Sunday of the month, we have a showcase at the house. Death by Comedy. Look it up on Facebook. You can message me if you want to attend. It's a house show comedy in my living room, and you can come and have fun and check it out. So, all right, bye-bye.